Up next, we have awards. The first award of this week is going to be the Derrick Henry Tossed Out of the Club Award. This is going to go to Trent Williams for sending the Packers cornerback Eric Stokes back in time. That is a left tackle blocking a cornerback. That is not going to end well for the cornerback any day of the week if he can't dodge that. Spoiler alert, he not only did not dodge that, but he took it direct on, head on. And my man went straight backwards like he had just been hit by a car. His soul briefly left his body, and his ego still has not returned. I'm sorry, Eric Stokes, but you got tossed out the club.
Little side note here. I miss you, Trent Williams. If you ever listen to this, come back to Washington. Next up, we got the Tony Romo Inconsistent Play Award. For those of you who are not familiar with it, Tony Romo was iconic for his brilliance, followed up by his tragedies. That's just what Tony Romo does. And this week, that award goes to Mr. Jameis Winston, the guy that I love so much, and the New Orleans Saints for not being able to establish whether or not they're good or not, and making us change our minds every single week.
We have been flip-flopping on those guys so much.
It's been so bad. A little bit of background on that game. Saints took it to the Patriots. Starting to wonder if the Patriots are just bad as well. I don't know. I mean, they haven't really been very good since Brady left. But, the Saints did what they did in week one, not 5, touchdowns, but still the game was never close. Winston had a miracle throwaway on a sack that fell short into the end zone and became a very fortunate touchdown, which was kind of bonkers in case you guys haven't seen it yet.
Could have been
and
a
he
pick.
was just
easily
could have been a pick easily, but he had some luck on him. And, he didn't put up amazing stats or anything, but it's just the Saints formula to winning moving forward seems to be feed Kamara in the running game and have Winston throw 20 to 30 times a game and minimize any sort of responsibility that he really has.
Conservative Jameis Winston has been the secret sauce so far for the Saints. I am very excited personally for a game when things get out of hand early and the Saints fall behind, because we're going to see Jameis unleashed, and that can be anywhere from 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions to 0 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. We don't know, and man, do I want to see it.
No idea. I'm pumped for whenever it happens, because it will happen sooner than later.
Yeah. Up next, we have the Jackson Mahomes Dunk Tank Award. So for those of you that don't know, during the Chiefs-Ravens game, Jackson was the recipient of some trash talk from Ravens fans, and from, I guess, his skybox, he dumped water down on some Ravens fans. It made the news for obvious reasons. It was kind of hilarious. But Jackson Mahomes isn't the only person who can make it rain from above. And this week, the winner of that award to Zach's absolute just... Oh, he's going to hate this. Kirk Cousins dunking on the Seahawks defense. Seahawks 17, Vikings 30. I'm starting to think, Zach, that you were right when you said that the Seahawks were going to be in 4th place in that division. Mm-hmm. This was a very, very bad game for them. I understand that sometimes Russ can cook, but I don't know if you can cook when you're the only chef in the kitchen against some of these other teams. And that defense did nothing to stop Kirk. You like that, Cousins, from going 30 for 38. That is an incredibly good completion rate, by the way. 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. Madison, covering for the injured superstar Dalvin Cook, gets 112 yards on the ground on 26 carries. And Justin Jefferson and some dude named Tyler Conklin light up the Seahawks secondary.
For those of you who don't know, Conklin is a rookie tight end. And, Madison, like you said, coming in for the injured Dalvin Cook is kind of a similar player to Cook, just maybe like Cook light.
Yeah.
I hate Kirk Cousins. He's a Cook light. Yeah, I hate Kirk Cousins. I will never respect him. I was team RG3 from the beginning, and after RG3
Oh
got benched,
no.
man, just filled with disdain. There's never gonna be, dude. He could have a 45 for 45, 580 yards, 7 touchdown game, and I would still be like, yeah, well, I mean, I hate him. Like, I'll just never. I'll always be a hater, and that's just what it is. So, on to the next one because I hate talking about him too. Um, we have the Pat McAfee I Kick It to Myself Award. This is a very unique award because you're not going to see it a lot, maybe never again. But it's this week it goes to Dustin Hopkins for making one of the most good luck plays I've ever seen in my life for a kicker. He kicked the ball off, and with the way that it spun on the kickoff, it hits the dirt, flips back up into the air, and falls right into Dustin Hopkins' arms as he was like running towards it. It almost looked like he was fielding a punt. It was super cool, and the rest of the team sucked. So that was all I had to look forward to.
I had to YouTube that when I saw you make notes on that because I didn't hear about that. It looks so unreal. Like the bounce on that not only was incredibly lucky, but it went directly to his hands like it was an
Straight to
intentional
him.
pass. I
It
have
was
never
awesome.
seen something like that before.
It was the only time I was happy.